Hiya, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to show you a critical component of the engine. This thing is called a piston. Now this is called a piston. What is the role of a piston in an engine? A piston, first of all, you need to know where it fits. It fits in what we call the cylinder, which is this one. This is the cylinder. So its movement, the movement of this piston, you see, like this. This is what actually brings what we call combustion in the engine, mostly internal combustion engines. So when it moves like this, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, it creates what we call compression. So when it creates compression, on the other side, you see that the other side, oh, it creates compression. So when it creates compression, it presses gases which are inside the combustion chamber. Now this combustion chamber, I can also tell you that sometimes I refer to it as the cylinder. So this is the cylinder wall. Now, what makes the piston to get into contact with the combustion chamber? There is something very critical. It's called the piston rings. Now you see here, I think we're seeing this piston. This is the piston from here to here. Then this one is the connecting rod, the one from here up to there. So this connecting rod is what actually creates the push and the push, resulting into compression. So when it compresses the gases, the other side we have the spark plugs, which triggers the combustion. Now that combustion is what drives your car. So I was telling you about the piston. So this piston is just like this. Here we have what we call the piston pin. This is the section for the piston pin. You see this one? Yes, that's the piston pin. So this piston pin, and then here, these are what we call the compression, the rings, the piston rings. Now these piston rings, we have two different types. We have the compression rings, which is on this one. See this gap, this one and this one. This one is the compression ring, and then this one is the oil ring. Oil. Even you can see oil was leaking on this one. That's actually what was brought here. So what does these rings do? Yes. These rings are very important. This ring prevents the loss of gases during combustion because they are what actually seals the piston. Another thing, they transfer the excess heat from the piston to the cylinder wall. Something is acting like a... So when this thing is too hot, the heat is too much, that heat has to be transferred to this one. That heat has to be transferred from this to that. Now that is work of the piston ring. Another work is that this piston ring, actually it maintains a good balance of oil, because as you see, as it moves, you know it is tight. So as it moves in and out, it cleans the excess oil on the cylinder wall. So it's very important that you maintain your rings, because it is what cleans the excess oil. We don't need the excess oil to go to the crankshaft, so it has to be cleaned. So those ones are being cleaned by this one, the rings. So this piston is very important, and you should ensure that you change your rings, whether compression rings or the oil ring, to ensure fuel efficiency and that your car has power. Because as I told you, it maintains the balance of combustion gases. So that balance cannot be maintained when you have poor rings. So these ones have to be changed. Okay, thank you for that, and I hope the video is going to be helpful.